50 Financial Quotes by Warren Buffett. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. In the business world, the rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Our favorite holding period is forever. Only buy something that you'd be perfectly happy to hold if the market shut down for 10 years. You don't have to be smarter than the next guy. You have to be more disciplined than the next guy. Time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. Opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble. Forecasts may tell you a great deal about the forecaster. They tell you nothing about the future. The best chance to deploy capital is when things are going down. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. I will tell you how to become rich. Close the doors. Be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. Wide diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they are doing. The first rule is not to lose. The second rule is not to forget the first rule. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. The business. Schools reward difficult, complex behavior more than simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. You only have to do a very few things right in your life so long as you don't do too many things wrong. We simply attempt to be fearful when others are greedy, and to be greedy only when others are fearful. The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. The investor of today does not profit from yesterday's growth. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5-year averages. Beware the investment activity that produces applause. The great moves are usually greeted by yawns. In the business world, the rearview mirror is always clearer than the windshield. Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls-Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. When we own portions of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, our favorite holding period is forever. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Cash combined with courage in a time of crisis is priceless. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. You only find out who is swimming naked when the tide goes out. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. If past history was all there was to the game, the richest people would be librarians. We don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. If you are in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. I always knew I was going to be rich. I don't think I ever doubted it for a minute. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. I buy on the assumption that they could close the pool, market the next day, and not reopen it for 5 years. It's better to have a partial interest in the Hope Diamond than to own all of a rhinestone. The one thing I will tell you is the worst investment you can have is cash. If you're in the poker game and you don't know who the patsy is, it's you. The 3 most important words in investing are margin of safety. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel to stay updated with new videos.